Hello there, Capricorn. Welcome to your message for 2022. This is a message for Capricorn suns, or if your rising sign is Capricorn, this message is directed towards you. I'm going to be using my Paulina Tarot by Paulina Cassidy. And the major arcana cards I'm going to be using are from the Rose Tarot by Nigel Jackson. So what I'll be doing is I'll be drawing a major arcana card to kind of get the lens that we are looking at your messages through. What I did, Capricorn, was I went to my altar, I opened a channel of communication from the divine by playing my singing bowl. I channeled some messages that were coming to me during that time. And then when I felt like the messages had been completely given, I played the singing bowl again to close the channel. I then went to my kitchen table where I looked up some more information in regards to the messages that were channeled. So firstly, Capricorn, let's draw a major arcana card to see what the lens is that we will be looking at your messages through. Capricorn, lens, universe, Capricorn. All right. All right. Oh, the card that we got was card number 10, the wheel. The wheel. So this is the lens that we will be looking at your messages through, Capricorn, for the year of 2022. The wheel is also known as the Wheel of Fortune. So Capricorn, the first message I was able to channel for you was in regards to being a channel for energy, and things that came up with this idea of being a channel for energy for you, Capricorn. The energy of love came up, vibrating at a high frequency. Energy being channeled through a path, a guide, a way to direct the energy. Energy as the capacity for doing work, varying types of energy. The idea that energy cannot be created nor destroyed, and that energy is sustainable if it meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of the future generations to meet their own needs. So I feel like for the year 2022 with the Wheel of Fortune, the Wheel of Fortune is a card, Capricorn, that talks about the wheel turning, the wheel of life. You know, the clock is a circle and the hands on the clock turn around the wheel. So the idea of time passing, and also with the idea of being a channel for energy, I feel like you will be able to have sustainable energy for 2022. You will be able to move with the flow, move with the flow of energy, with the flow of love, to be able to vibrate at a higher frequency. And with the Wheel of Fortune, I feel like because things turn with the wheel, the idea that, you know, on this wheel we have numbers here, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, and 4 in the middle. The idea that at the middle of the spoke, at the middle of the spokes, we have the hub. The hub is the center of the wheel. This is the hub. And the spokes are around the wheel. And the wheel is turning to create energy. And it's very important for you, Capricorn, in 2022 to have that sustainable energy where you are at the center, at the hub of the wheel, and things are turning around you, and yet you are staying centered and your energy is staying focused on your task that you want to accomplish for 2022, or the many tasks that you have in mind for 2022. Also, we have the idea of a healthy environment, and the idea of environment, because with the with the message of being a channel for energy and energy being sustainable, we have the idea that it is sustainable energy if it meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. So we also have that idea of creating energy through a healthy means to have a healthy environment and to be able to leave future generations with enough to be able to, for them to be able to sustain themselves as well. So maybe just focusing more so in 2022 on your recycling, on your energy use, on maybe reducing, reusing, recycling as best as you can, and really paying attention to the environment, Capricorn. I feel like that's something that you may be passionate about in 2022, is just creating a sustainable environment through your energy uses. The next message I got for you, Capricorn, was the devil's advocate. Someone who pretends in an argument or discussion to be against an idea or plan that a lot of people support in order to make people discuss and consider it in more detail. So I do feel like you're moving in the direction with the wheel, moving in the direction of being like the devil's advocate, of sending ideas out into the world to have people really revise what they are planning, revise what they are practicing, being the devil's advocate, so to speak, and pretending to be in an argument or a discussion to be against an idea or plan that a lot of people support in order to make people discuss and consider it in more detail. So really causing people to think about what they are deciding, what they are moving towards, what they are supporting, but not because you don't support that cause as well, but just because you want people to look at the other side of the story and really think about both sides of the coin. And the wheel is kind of, it could be considered like a coin. There's a circle, it's like a coin. So it's really moving in a direction where you help people to see not only the black, but also the white, and also everything in between, which is the gray matter. The third message I got for you, Capricorn, was a bird's nest. So I decided to look up some facts on a bird's nest, and I found this. A bird's nest is the spot in which a bird lays and incubates its eggs and raises its young. They are a home for new life. Most birds do not reuse their old nests. They typically build a new nest in a new location. And the reason why they build a new nest in a new location is to prevent predators from understanding that they are raising their babies in that nest, and therefore giving them an idea that they can come to that nest and steal the eggs and have food. So they create a new nest in a new environment, in a new spot, in a new location, so that it is not already known by the predators that the babies will be there. And so most birds don't necessarily live in nests. They can live, like an eagle can live on in a crag, in a rock, or in a bird's house, or in a hollow part of a tree. But usually the bird's nest is used to lay the eggs and to keep the eggs until the baby birds are able to leave and fly off on their own. So we have an idea of home here, but also of a clever idea of home. I feel like Feng Shui, because we have the idea of a channel for energy being the first thing that I channeled for you, Capricorn, a channel for energy. Feng Shui, the home, changing things up, creating a flow for energy, not allowing energy to become stagnant, keeping people on their toes when it comes to your domain, where you call home. If you have children or a child or pets, you know, keeping the home a nurturing place for those birds, I'm talking about nests. So like the mama bird keeps the bird's nest clean for the eggs and for the babies when they are born, so it's also the idea of keeping a clean home, keeping a positive energy environment in the home, moving in that direction with the Wheel of Fortune, of really keeping things moving, keeping energy flowing, keeping on your toes when it comes to cleaning your environment, to organizing your environment. I do feel like that's going to be a big topic for you as far as your own life in 2022, Capricorn, with the home. The fourth message I got for you, Capricorn, from my channeling was Yarrow. So the uses of the herb Yarrow. The uses of Yarrow are healing, courage, and love. Yarrow contains many chemicals that might affect blood pressure and possibly have anti-inflammatory effects. So it's used to help in controlling the blood pressure, but also can be used to decrease the inflammation in the body. It might have diuretic effects, which could be possibly why it decreases the inflammation in the body, because it takes out the water. So the diuretic causes the water to be excreted. It slows blood clotting, so it can be used as an anticoagulant if you have a blood clot. Of course, do this with the advice of a medical practitioner or a doctor. Don't do this on your own, because it's not necessarily known whether or not Yarrow can have positive or negative effects depending on the dose. So it's just the idea of the many uses of Yarrow on the health. So it's also known as Devil's Nettle. It aids in wound healing, lessens anxiety, and is also, Yarrow is also related to chamomile. It dispels melancholy and decreases energy and decreases lingering sorrow or depression. In a magical use, it decreases depression in magic. It decreases depression or lingering sorrow, and I made a mistake, in magic it aids in divination. So that's all I have for Yarrow. In magic, it aids in divination. So we have the idea of Yarrow, which is a herb. And what is specific to this Yarrow? Like, why was it specifically Yarrow that was channeled? And I think it's because you need to pay attention to what you are putting into your body in 2022, Capricorn. You need to pay attention to the response your body has to certain things that you're putting into it. Because just because something is good for one person doesn't mean it's also good for another. Just because your friend or your family member is using a certain substance doesn't mean that it's also going to be beneficial to you. Maybe it will cause more harm than good. So the Wheel of Fortune also talks about the wheel going up and then coming down again. Sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down. So you may have to work on your nutritional intake, your dietary intake, your supplemental intake, because you may be feeling a little bit of up and down in your body with your energy and with how your mood is. But it's very important to pay attention and maybe also not just get your own ideas on things, but maybe also research, certain topics for yourself, or go see, a doctor or an herbalist or a dietitian or somebody who can really guide you in the right direction to feel the best in your body and to feel at your optimum health. And the last message I got for you, Capricorn, for 2022 was the significance of bronze. So bronze is a better conductor of heat and electricity than most steels. The Bronze Age was a time different for each civilization, where the mechanical properties of bronze enabled the creation of better tools, sharper weapons, and stronger structures. So I do feel like because bronze is a better conductor of heat and electricity than most steels, I feel like you will be able to really channel your energy in a very successful way, more so than you ever have been able to in the past, because bronze is a better conductor of heat and electricity than most steels. And in the Bronze Age, which was different for every civilization, some people's Bronze Age was earlier, some people's Bronze Age was later, but the discovery of bronze really helped to enable the creation of better tools, sharper weapons, and stronger structures. So when bronze was discovered, it was used to really propel civilizations forward and to really allow them to reach heights that they were never able to reach. And I do feel like with the wheel here, card number 10 of the major arcana, you will be turning and reaching heights that you have never reached in 2022. You will be able to be more successful than most other versions of yourself. Because remember, the person that you are really comparing yourself to is the person that you see when you look in the mirror. It's important not to compare yourself to other people, because other people have a different story, other people have learned different lessons, other people are in different environments, different situations. But with the wheel and with the significance of bronze, I do feel like in 2022, you will really reach a time in your life where you are like in your Bronze Age, where you are reaching a point where you are discovering new things about yourself. You are discovering how best to utilize your gifts, your tools, your energy, your time, your resources, and really being able to be sharper, stronger, and better than you ever have been. So those are the message I got for you, Capricorn, for 2022 with the lens of the wheel to look at those downloads. And the last thing I want to do, Capricorn, is draw at least one tarot card to, my God. Okay, I don't really know what to do. Let's get the bottom card, because a lot of cards fell out, but they all fell down face forward. So all I see is the back of the cards. There are no cards revealed, but I'm going to go at the bottom of the deck here with the Knight of Cups. So the Knight of Cups can be very frivolous, can be very flighty in love, but it's really about the Knight of Cups taking advantage of finding out who the Knight of Cups is, you finding out who you are by taking advantage of the opportunities that you have for love, for emotional experiences. But the Knight of Cups is a very, very passionate lover. So I do feel like the Knight of Cups could be representing you, you know, in your dealings with life, really taking advantage of the opportunities that are being presented to you and throwing a little bit of your passion, throwing a little bit of your enthusiasm, throwing a little bit of your love into every situation. Or it could be somebody coming in for you to really shake things up, make things hot, make things more wild, more energetic, more emotionally charged, and really you learning from a situation with the Knight of Cups energy. And again, we had the Wheel of Fortune. So we had the Knight of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune. And I feel like with the wheel being your major arcana that was drawn, it's really about you taking advantage of that movement, taking advantage of the up times and the down times to really create your best self in 2022. So that's what I feel for you, Capricorn. I hope it was a helpful reading for you. I wish you all the best in 2022, Capricorn. Feel free to like this video, leave a comment, or subscribe to my channel. My name is Mo, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, Capricorn.